Hello, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. So it's kind of late at night tonight, so I'm going to be yawning, but I wanted to make this video for you. This purple here is just to be the backdrop so you can see this coaster better. And it's inspired by my new Polish coffee mug. So I was looking at this mug and I wanted something light colored to be the coaster for it, so that the colors would pop on my dark desk. And I was looking at this flower here and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. And I liked the round shape that is all over this mug. So I decided that I would do a hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that I would try to mirror the round shape of the edges of this blue flower. So that's what inspired this little doily. Or little, yeah, I guess it is a doily, a tiny doily. It's a little coffee coaster. Okay, so here's my coffee coaster. Here's the finished project. Here's my little notes from what I made. I'm grabbing the paint box yarns. The link is in the description below for the paint box yarns. And this is distributed by Love Crafts. I lost my train of thought. I couldn't remember it there for a minute. We're using a G size 6 4mm hook. So let's place however you want to do. We're going to start round 1 with 12 double crochets. So while we're setting this up, if you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, that would be terrific. Turn on the bells, the notification bells, so that you don't miss a thing. I'm going to move this aside. Maybe the black, darker purple background will be better for you today. I'm placing a slip knot on my hook, but you know, my favorite thing to do though is really to do the magic loop. So I'm going to do that. Magic loop, I'm going to start with a chain 1. I'm going to chain 2. I'm not going to count that as a double crochet though, because I don't really like to count it as a double crochet unless it is a double crochet. So I'm going to not count it and pretend it is not even there. 1, 2 double crochets. We're going to do 12 in the loop. I do like the adjustable or magic loop because it helps to close up that little circle in the middle, and it tends to make the circle neater, in my opinion, like more tidy. Not like, oh, that's really neat, although it is, but I mean neat as in tidy in this case. So I'm just going to fill up that little space there with 12 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I've not been counting as we go along. So I need 2 more. I'm not counting that beginning chain 2 as anything at all. So 11 and 12. I hope that you are finding crochet to be a relaxing and valuable use of your time. I'm going to slip stitch in the first double crochet, skipping that beginning chain 2. And now we've completed round 1, which is 12 double crochets. In my notes, I see there's, and I didn't write them exact. So like this is my shorthand for how I do things. So I know that there's going to be a V stitch, which is double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all the way around, skipping 1 stitch, which I didn't write in my notes, but if I were writing the pattern for real for publication, I'd say skip 1 and then a chain 1. But we have to get there first. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get us started on this first V, and I'm going to place a double crochet in the same stitch. I'm going to work over my tail, and this will get us started in the spirit of the instructions, which is the V plus the chain 3. So it's a chain 6, which counts as the first double crochet plus chain 3s. Okay, I think it's 3. I'm pretty sure it is. If it's too wobbly or waffly or ruffly, then I will undo it and start again. I think it's separated by a chain 1, so I'm going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch on my round 1. So again, the V this time, since we're not starting, we can just go ahead and do a double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the same spot, and chain 1. We're going to do this all the way around, skip 1 stitch, double crochet. So in this case, it is a V stitch. The V in this instance is defined as a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet all in one space, one stitch, and then I'll chain 1 and skip 1 stitch on the round 1. So I'm trying to think of ways to get you guys entertained so that you feel more excited about watching the entire video. Like, I feel like I lose you after a little bit, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep you around as long as possible and hope that you enjoy the show, the videos. I hope you enjoy learning. I've got couple more here to do, one more here to do. So skip 1 stitch on round 1, and then V, which is the double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the same stitch. We're going to chain 1, don't forget to finish that up, and slip stitch in the 1, 2, 3, third 1, 2, 3 top of that first double crochet. So I hope you're understanding that whole thing. Most of you are experienced crocheters, so you get it. Okay, so I've got this little, this is round 2 is now complete. I identify where my V's are just in my mind so that I can work round 3. So 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, all in the V. So parentheses mean all together in 1 stitch or space, and I made a note to myself to do it in the V. So I'm going to slip into the V stitch, which is not on my notes, but I know that I want to start in a V. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. That's going to count as my first double crochet. Another double crochet here, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochets in that chain 3 space. So this new little cluster or shell or grouping is what we will repeat over and over again. And so I am going to chain 1. I will skip the double crochet of the V. I will single crochet in the space in between the V, chain 1 to give me some extra little ladder to get up to the next V, and in the V stitch I will work again 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets in the V. This yarn is very nice. It's cotton. It's also, in my opinion, a little tiny bit splitty. So I have to be careful because I think my tendency is to split the yarn. So in the V stitches, we're doing 2 double crochets, 1, 2. We're chaining 1, 2, 3. Then in that same V stitch space, we will place 2 more double crochets. Then let me show you again more slowly how to do the side, which was chain 1, then skip the next leg of the same V, and in the space, the chain 1 space in between the 2 legs, the 2 V's, I'm going to place 1 single crochet and then chain 1. So it's chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, which is exactly what I have in my little notes here. So we are right on track. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2, 3. I could tell you a joke at the end to make you, encourage you to watch all the way through. I could do a blooper at the end. I could do a shout out to a person who's left a comment lately. Oh, that would be fun. I could do all sorts of things at the end of these videos. If you have any suggestions so that people will want to hang around and see what comes at the end, I would be happy to take those suggestions. I'm thinking today, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing today. I brainstormed a bunch of ideas, but now it's late and I'm tired and I can't think of anything. So we will just keep on cranking. Okay, we're almost done with this grouping in this last V. So don't forget to chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. A lot of the mistakes that happen is not finishing up the round or row properly. Okay, so I'm joining with the slip stitch in the beginning of that first double crochet. So this is what we have so far. So this is making a good coaster, but not quite big enough for my taste. So I'm going to keep on going. We've got 2 more rounds to this. really, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. It's just a simple little thing. It's really would make an awesome washcloth too, since it's cotton. Keep going with it or put it in a worsted weight cotton yarn with a bigger size hook, and it could be a little bit of a hot pad underneath a hot pan, but only in cotton or wool, not in acrylic, because acrylic, say it with me, acrylic melts. Okay, I'm going to slip stitch over until I get to the chain 3 space, and I'm just doing that to advance my yarn for this first round. Now I'm going to 1, 2, 3, which counts as the first double crochet, and I'm going to place 3 double crochets, which means 2 more after this chain 3. So 2 more double crochets. So now if we count that beginning chain 3 as a double crochet, we now have 3 of them here. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Have you noticed a little bit of a pattern here? 1, 2, 3 double crochets. The pattern is that in each of the points of the hexagon, we're placing chain 3s. Okay, and then we will do the same thing on the side of this round like we did the previous one. So chain 1, we're going to single crochet in the single crochet, and then chain 1. And then we will skip all the stitches until we get to the chain 3 space, and in the chain 3 space we're placing 1, 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets, all in that same corner space. 1, 2, 3. I hope that you find these videos relaxing. My whole point is that crochet is just a really wonderful activity for relaxing and feeling productive. So much in our lives we just don't feel like we've accomplished much. And so it's nice to be able to see tangible proof of our efforts when we turn this random ball of string into something useful and beautiful and giftable and complete. And so it's nice to see the results of our effort, I think, sometimes when life is often very undone with no conclusions. It's always moving. So it's nice to have a completed project to give us a little bit of grounding and satisfaction and comfort and relaxation. So I did just drop the yarn and split it a little bit, so I'll just go back and make sure that I've got it, and I do. So we're placing 3 double crochets, chain 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets. Did I do 4? Nope, 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets, all in that same corner space. There are 6 corners in a hexagon and 6 sides in a hexagon. Hex means 6. I believe that would be Greek, but I don't know because I don't know everything. Okay, 1, 2, 3 double crochets and 1, 2, 3 chains. We're almost there, friends. So after we finish this round, we just have one more round to go. I'll show you how to finish it all out, and we will have hopefully a mirror friend, a sister motif to this one. And I'll have 2 coasters for my dark colored desk. It's actually blue, and it's not really a desk so much as it's just a tiny 1-drawer little table that was my mom's and my stepdad's for years and years, and I ended up with it. It was quite rustic, as you might say, so I'll try to include a photo of it at the end with my new coffee mug. A rustic, or distressed, that's another good DIY type word. Okay, so I'm joining with a slip stitch in the top of the beginning double crochet there. Were you able to see Theo there? He certainly shook the table, but I didn't know if you got a peek at his tail. So we've got one more to go. I am going to again slip stitch over to the corner because I didn't give myself instructions when I wrote my notes on how to advance the yarn, but I did just kind of give it the spirit of the instructions here. And when I am writing instructions just for myself and not for publication, I often do it that way, where I don't really give myself any instructions other than the necessary. So we chained 3, which counts as the first double crochet. Then I'm going to place 8 more for a total of 9 double crochets. Actually, these are trebles. I crossed it out because that's the mistake I made last time, but I know that they're trebles because when I look at the actual motif that I made, I can see 1, 2 diagonals in that stitch. 1, 2, which means 2 yarn overs. And 2 yarn overs makes a treble crochet. So that makes this beginning a chain 4 instead of 3 because I need it to be a little taller, and yarn over twice. And we're going to place a total of 9. So we now have 2 in each of the corners. So we will just zip right along with this. Yarn over twice. I was going to tell you just a little bit about this. I don't know why this is considered a Polish mug. It's Polish pottery. I got it off of Amazon. Handmade in Poland. And I got it because it was delightful and I wanted a gift for myself. And my grandmother was Polish, actually, and I look a lot like her. So my heritage is a mixture of many things, but it includes Polish, German, Irish, and who knows whatever else. It doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 1 more. But I just found it really delightful and I liked the colors. And so I liked the shape of it. I wanted a shorter, fatter mug rather than a taller, skinnier one because it fits in my Keurig better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. So then on the side, we're going to do the same thing we've been doing before. Chain 1, single crochet in the single crochet, skipping all the stitches before and after, chain 1, and then we're going to place 9 treble crochets in the top of the next corner. So it's a Polish pottery, and they had a lot of really pretty designs. I wanted something that was colorful. I wanted something that was mainly blue, and blue does seem to be quite a Polish color when I was doing a little bit of research. And I don't know. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was in the middle of the pandemic. I started drinking some coffee while I was at home, and now I like to enjoy a cup of coffee every morning. And I've made it a little bit of a just comforting thing for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think it's important to find little moments of happiness in your day, whether it be coffee or tea or milk or juice, or it's a pretty mug or a pretty coaster to go with your pretty mug. You know, just appreciating the small pleasures in life is a good thing, especially when, you know, life has been kind of, I don't know, you can put your own adjective to how life has been for you. I know that the whole, oh, we're all in the same boat. It's not exactly true. I really love the analogy that we are all in the same storm. We're not necessarily in the same boat because some people have an easier go and some people have a harder go, and I get it. And so we are all different, but we are all in the same storm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, you know, I think back to every generation has had its challenges. And I'm sure many, many times over the history of human condition, the people who have come before us have gone through trials and tribulations that they thought, wow, this is unprecedented. This is incredible. This is really hard, you know, and then they get through it and then another situation arises. So I don't know. I guess this is late night ramblings with Ellen the philosopher as we crochet. So I'm just making some points here. Okay. Well, in the interest of getting you to watch more of the video, I probably should just hurry along and skip ahead. So we are chaining 1, skipping all the stitches, single crocheting in the single crochet, chaining 1, and then 9 stitches. So I'm going to keep right on stitching. I'm now fastening off with a single crochet chain 1 and joining with the slip stitch in the top of the 4 chains, which counted as the first treble crochet. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. I'm going to cut my tail here. I think my gauge is a little bit different this time, maybe later at night. But here is my new coaster for my new mug. Cute, like a little lotus flower. This one is a little bit smaller. My gauge might be differently. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ellen Gormley. I hope that you spent the last few minutes with a relaxing and valuable use of your crochet time. If you've not seen the last video, click up here if you've got a few more minutes. If you have seen it, here's another one I think you might really like. But everybody, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. See you next time.